Alright YouTube, so coming up in exactly a week is the Final Fantasy 30th Anniversary Exhibition. It's like an art show type of thing that's going to last for an entire month. Well, we've learned recently that Final Fantasy 7 Remake will be there, and there will be new screenshots. Now, I haven't talked about the 30th Anniversary Exhibition before. I didn't even know it was actually a thing, and I have no idea why they are waiting until 2018 to do it, seeing as how 2017 was actually the 30th anniversary. Seems that's when you should probably do it. Anyways, of course, this will be a celebration of Final Fantasy as a whole. It's not just about Final Fantasy 7 Remake, but that is why we are here. I said I was going to slow down on the Final Fantasy 7 Remake speculation videos, and this isn't speculation. This is 100% confirmed, 100% going to happen. Square Enix will hold a Final Fantasy 30th Anniversary Exhibition dubbed the Farewell Stories Exhibition at the Mori Arts Center Gallery in Roppongi Hills, Tokyo from January 22nd to February 28th, which will feature a special Final Fantasy 7 exhibition that includes never-before-seen image boards of Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Final Fantasy 7 Special Exhibition, The Words Aerith Left Behind. Aerith met a tragic death in the story of the original game. In this exhibition, the Sector 5 church where Aerith and the protagonist Cloud first met will be recreated. Freely walk around the inside of the church while listening to a monologue of Aerith's memories specially recorded for this exhibition. Additionally, never-before-seen image boards for the long-awaited Final Fantasy 7 Remake and more will also be on display. So this is a CG render of kind of what the exhibition is going to look like. If you've ever played Final Fantasy 7, you know what the Sector 5 church looks like on the inside. So it'll be pretty damn cool to be able to walk around an iconic location like the Sector 5 church where you as Cloud fell down after y'all blew up a Mako reactor and you wake up in the church and meet Aerith for the first time. That's just kind of fucking awesome, man. Now, normally, something like screenshots wouldn't be the biggest deal ever, but the last time we got screenshots, which was almost a year ago for Final Fantasy 7 Remake, it revealed a lot. So this is one of the screenshots we got last time we got some, and this one revealed a lot even though it looks so simple. We learned that there's a cover system, which they kind of had in 15, but there's a cover system for this game, but it actually plays into combat because with cover you can lob grenades from cover. If you have a gun type weapon, you can shoot from cover. You can stay hidden and let enemies walk past you and never have to fight them. You can let them walk by you and then do a sneak attack to them. It revealed a lot with just this simple screenshot. It also showed us that combat wasn't going to be random encounters, which we didn't really think it was going to be anyways, but it just kind of confirmed it. And it sort of promotes multiple playthroughs, because you can do a stealthy approach to the game, or you can just be all combat, fight everything that you see. We also learned from this screenshot and the other one that magic and materia are actually different when it comes to battle. Previously with Final Fantasy 7, the original game, materia was everything. Materia was your magic, it was your summons, it was your skills, it was everything. And now materia, at least battle-wise, is pretty much skill-based. What your yellow materia was from the original game. That's stuff like Death Blow, enemy skill, which was the thing where you could learn moves from the enemies, and of course stuff like skill or mug or whatever. And then of course we got this other screenshot, which in of itself revealed a lot of things. For starters, this is a pretty iconic boss fight, even though it's the very first boss fight. Everybody knows the giant red scorpion from Final Fantasy 7. As you can tell, the fight's going to be a lot different. Also with this screenshot, we learned that you can actually swap between characters, which we weren't entirely sure you could do yet, because with a lot of the recent Final Fantasy games, you could only really control the main character. We learned that you can switch to Bear, because there's times where there's enemies that you cannot attack with a sword, so they're sticking to a little bit of realism. If somebody's up in the air, or there's a high point and you can't get to it, you need somebody with a range of weaponry. We also learned that there is map and object destruction during this fight, and probably other fights as well, and you can also break, the guard scorpion's legs, which will probably change the tide of the fight. He'll play differently, he'll fight differently if his legs are obviously destroyed or whatever. So that should impact other fights throughout the game. Other enemies, the other big bosses and things, you can probably destroy their limbs to change the tide of the fight as well. This screenshot also gave us a more in-depth look at the combat gauge to the bottom right of the screen. The quality is super terrible, but it's because we had to zoom in so we can look at it. As you can see below Cloud's health bar is the ATB gauge. To the right of that is a triangle option, which would be like Y on Xbox. It activates some sort of technique. We don't know what those are yet. They didn't go in depth on that. We can also see the limit break bar to the right. We don't exactly know why it's broken down into 3 segments yet, and you can also see a color difference. So with Cloud, there's the first bar is filled up and it's blue, but with Barret, all 3 bars are filled and it's yellow. So we don't know exactly. Obviously, I'd say something along the lines of if it's fully filled up, you can do your limit break. That makes the most sense, obviously. But what can Cloud do with that 1 bar? We don't know. The point of all that is to show you that with simple screenshots, we can learn a lot about a game, especially a game that like Final Fantasy 7 Remake that we just don't know a whole lot about. As for a bit of speculation as to what the screenshots themselves will actually be, I'd say something related to Aerith. Seeing as how the exhibition that this is going to be at is an Aerith 1, we might see a character model for Aerith, maybe something like with the Sector 5 slums or Sector 5 itself. We could potentially see a character model for Tifa, finally, because at the point in the game, whenever you meet Aerith, you've already met Tifa. Actually, my dudes, looking into it, they already have given us an Aerith character model. They have a Twitter account to celebrate this Final Fantasy 30th anniversary thing, and they actually tweeted this image out. Here's the full image for those who want to see it. Of course, the character models aren't the biggest deal ever. I mean, if they're just remaking the game, you kind of already know what the character's going to look like. The thing is, though, if you look at, like, Barrett, he's drastically different from what he was in the base game, and from, of course, what he looked like in Advent Children's. So you never really know exactly what they're going to do with these characters since this is a remake, and they're building them in, like, HD resolution and all this other shit. So it's good to know what they look like. Something I found a bit interesting, if you guys have seen the video I did over a month ago, I did a video about a bunch of leaks. Now, the video's doing kind of well. It's got almost 10,000 views. The like ratio is positive, but it is a lot of dislikes for my channel. I usually don't get a lot of dislikes. I'm not really sure why. Even in the title, I have the word leaks in quotations to, say that, hey, this isn't necessarily true. And then at the very beginning of the video, of course, I say take it with a grain of salt. Leaks are never confirmed. It's never confirmed until the studio themselves actually say something. So I'm not really sure why people would dislike the video, but anyways, let's get back on topic. The leaks in this video, we're talking about upcoming character models. And the leaker says that all the character models are done, but there's no specific order in which they're trying to reveal them. The only thing that's kind of concrete is they're talking about releasing Aerith's character model next, and I'll be damned if that didn't happen. Now, obviously, this isn't to say that everything in that leak was accurate or is going to happen. The person could have just been talking out of their ass and got lucky, but whenever there is a leak and something comes true or is accurate, it's hard not to think if the other things are true too. Anyways, my dudes, in a week's time, whenever this exhibition goes live, hopefully they drop the pictures as soon as the exhibition's live online, I will make a video about it. I will cover these pictures. Hopefully they're pretty interesting and cool, and they reveal something about the game. Who knows? Also, I'm glad to see that we finally got a new character model. I didn't even know till recording this video that they even tweeted out that Aerith character model. That's fucking awesome. At least we know what another character looks like in the game. So let me know what you think these screenshots are going to show. What do you think can happen? Because it could be anything from the Sector 5 slums and back or even forward. You never know. They could show something from the very end of the game for all we goddamn know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description. And in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby.